Hi Facebook, it's Lexi here. How are you? It's Wednesday, Wednesday, February the 8th, and I'm coming to you live from Alberta, Canada. It's minus 16 degrees Celsius here. We had a bunch of snow overnight, probably 5 inches. And that just added on to the accumulation we've had over the last 2 to 3 weeks. So we are definitely getting the majority of our winter in January and February. So thankfully, we're coming to getting closer to the end of winter. So hopefully that settles down and winter turns into spring before we know it. So today I was out doing some shoveling, getting some fresh air. And I wanted to get all that done before I came and spoke with you. And I forgot to tell you, I should have told you this right in the beginning. The topic of my Go Live today is, I want to share with you what living in scarcity mindset and living in abundance mindset, the difference, what each of them are, and the difference between the two, and why it's better to have an abundant mindset, okay? And just telling you a little more about the weather. The good thing about Alberta here is, in Canada, is that the sun shines. Even if it's minus 30 Celsius or minus 40 Celsius, the sun is shining. Looks like I've got some people watching. I have to put my glasses on to read your names. Hey Dale, how are you? Hi Elaine, how are you? Hoping I say your name right. Ramdane. Hope I'm saying that right. If not, my apologies. So this is day 3 of my 90-day Go Live challenge. Day 3. Yeah, I had to start somewhere. So here I am. I've started this once before, but I didn't complete the 90 days. I got about 2/3 of the way in and I stopped. So thank you, Dale. Appreciate it. Yeah, I love being blonde. Hi, Janine. How are you? Let me know where you're all watching from, guys. So I'll just reiterate. Today I wanted to talk to you about scarcity mindset and an abundant mindset, okay? This has tripped me up a bit, so I wanted to do some work on it, do some reading about it, and then I wanted to share it with you. I have to admit that sometimes, especially in the winter, I have days where I'm coming from a scarcity mindset, and so I know how powerful it is to have an abundant mindset and to come from that place all the time. And I have been challenged by it, I have to admit. I have had some days, especially in the last couple months, where I had to have my own little pity party and do some crying and maybe some cursing, and then give myself a pat on the back, shake it off, and move forward. Because I know that it's much better to be in a positive mindset and to be joyful and happy and grateful every day. And then those things come to you. If you feel those emotions all the time and you can stay in those states every single day, that comes back to you in a big way. So I've had to learn over and over and over. I guess I'm a slow learner. So let me dive into this for you and get a better idea of what I'm talking about. So first I want to talk to you about a scarcity mindset, okay? Some examples are, if you think there's not enough to go around, there's always enough to go around. You don't have to compete with people, for things and cars and houses. There's plenty to go around. You don't have to compare yourself to other people. You don't have to compete. Oh, so-and-so is better at this. I'm not as good as them. What you want to do is be happy for their accomplishments. Be happy for other people's accomplishments all the time. And then that comes back to you, if that makes sense. Hello, Glenn. So yeah, you guys, let me know in the comments where you're watching from. Another thing about money, I can't afford it. Okay, so here's what I've learned about scarcity, a mindset with money. It's very important to pay yourself first, okay? If you don't pay yourself first, what happens is you're always paying bills, and the first thing out of your mouth when you want something is, I can't afford that. I can't afford that. The best thing to do to ask yourself is turn that around and say, how can I afford that? And one of the answers is pay yourself first. I know I didn't grow up that way. That was very unfamiliar to me up until about a while ago. Probably, I don't know, a year or two ago. And I really had to absorb that and process that. But it's true. I came from a scarcity mindset for years, and I didn't even realize it. And I was always saying, oh, I can't afford that. I can't afford that. But now that I've learned so much about it, paying myself first helps, because I've always got that. I've always paid myself first. You know what? The tax man's always going to come after you if you don't pay your bills. I'm not saying don't pay your bills. I'm just saying that if you pay yourself first, you'll be more motivated to pay those bills. You'll be more motivated to keep the tax man away from your doorstep. You'll be more motivated to pay your telephone bill, your cell phone bill, your heat and power, because those things have to be paid. If you end up paying a little bit of interest, well, then you pay a little bit of interest. I'm not saying don't pay your bills. You got to pay your bills. But if you think about this, if you pay your bills first, then there's no money left for you. Now you can't go out and get that haircut or hair color. Now you can't go out and get your nails done. Now you can't go out and buy that new winter coat that you need because you've been wearing the last one for 10 years and you really need a new winter coat. So see the importance of paying yourself first and coming from a mindset of scarcity. If you tell yourself, I can't afford that, that's a mindset of scarcity, okay? If you pay yourself first and you've got that money put away for you, you're going to think twice if you need that item or not. Do you really need that item in the store, or do you just want it? Do you see what I'm saying? I hope I'm saying that so you understand it. Coming from a mindset of scarcity is feeling broke all the time. There's so many aspects to it. I'm just telling you a few today, okay? There's so many aspects to it. I mean, I've lived it. And so I've had experience with this. I know what I'm talking about. Now I pay myself first. And you know what? I always come up with the money to pay my bills. Always. If one's a little late and I pay the interest, oh well, it gets paid. What's another thing I can talk to you about? Mindset of scarcity. Reluctant to share what your knowledge is and your resources, what you've learned. One of the things I learned a couple of years ago is be, do, teach. Learn, do, teach. So when you learn something, it's your job to pass it on, to tell others. Teach other people. Don't hoard your resources to yourself. Don't hoard your knowledge to yourself. Share it out. When you have good news, share it out. When you learn something and somebody wants to know it, don't keep it close to you. Don't hang on to it for dear life and not share it and think that you're the smartest person in the whole wide world. You're smart when you give that information and you tell people that information and you share it. Hey Jennifer, hey Vince, thanks for hopping on, guys. Promoting only yourself and your own accomplishments. You know, you need to be happy for other people and their accomplishments. A mindset of scarcity is just bragging about yourself, constantly talking about yourself. And guess what? Most people get sick and tired of hearing that. You want to ask people questions. You want to know about their accomplishments, their goals, if they want to share, of course. And you want to pat them on the back, and you want to be happy for them. You really do. You don't want to... I know we're human, so sometimes we get jealous. Been there, done that. We need to be happy for them. We need to be happy for their accomplishments, just about as happy as they are, or more, if we can be. Hey, Kevin, thanks for hopping on. These are some of the things when you have a scarcity mindset. And again, like I say, I've been there, so I'm talking from experience. That's about all I'm going to tell you about scarcity for today. Now I'm going to move on to the fun part that I like. Living with an abundant mindset. And this is what I hope that you choose, how you choose to live. Okay? Be grateful every day. There's so many aspects about living with an abundant mindset. There's just, I could go on, but I don't want to carry on with this go live for too long, okay? So, being grateful every day. Oh my gosh, I can't say enough about this. The Magic. I listened to and did all 28 chapters of The Magic, and it changed my life. Honestly, I didn't think I could get any more grateful, but I did. I really amped it up. It was awesome. Daily. Daily is when you have to be grateful. You can't just do it on a whim or once a year or a couple times a year. You must be grateful daily. And I even go so far as to say thank you, thank you, thank you out loud. Almost every day. I say my affirmations. And I encourage you to do the same. When we go back and talk about money, pay yourself first. That's coming from an abundant mindset. Pay yourself first. You will always come up with the money for those bills. If you don't pay yourself first, you will always have the mindset, I'm too broke, I can't afford it. There's one way to come out of that with dealing with money is pay yourself first. Then you always have that money for you. You can't give and have and be and do and give and have other people be, do, and have what they want if you don't pay yourself. If you don't come from an abundant mindset, you can't really help other people. You can't honestly help other people. Are they going to listen to your advice? No. You don't have what they want. Do you see what I mean? There's enough to go around. You don't have to compete with other people. You don't have to hoard things. You don't have to keep up to the Joneses. You don't have to have the nicest house on the block. You don't have to have the nicest vehicle on the block. I do have a friendly competition with my neighbors sometimes to see how nice our lawns are in the summer. But I mean, that's just a friendly little thing that we just make noise about. It's no big deal. It's just funny. It's for conversation. It's because we got nothing better to talk about. But you don't have to do any of this. I mean, how can I say this in another way? You never have to compete with other people to have just because somebody's got some designer clothes on doesn't mean you have to run out and go buy those. It's never a competition, ever. All you want to do to live an abundant life is be the best that you can be and be better than you were yesterday. Keep learning, keep training yourself, keep changing, keep moving forward. It's awesome. You know, I'm constantly listening to audios and reading books, and I listen to webinars, and I listen to speakers that have what I want. I trust them. I believe them. They've been where I am, and they're at where I want to be. That's where I want to go, right there. Do you follow me? They're living an abundant lifestyle. because they had an abundant mindset. That's where it starts. Your mind is your most powerful tool. It starts with your mind. If you don't have an abundant mindset, the abundant lifestyle isn't going to follow. You follow me? Put a 1 in the comments if I'm making any sense here. And if you have any questions, please let me know. I think I said this once, but I'll say it again. Be happy for other people's accomplishments. Don't be jealous. Don't think you have to compete. Don't feel like you're not good enough. Don't ever think that. You are good enough. You are enough. The sad thing is people hold themselves down and live in that scarcity mindset, thinking that because they're never as good as their friend or their aunt or their cousin or the person down the street, that's what holds you back. That's what's stopping you. You need to get out of your own way. Get out of your own way and stop coming from a scarcity mindset. Stop being a victim and having all these whining excuses and complaints. Tell yourself, how can I do better? What can I do better to make this situation better? That's the question. Not, I can't do this, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not smart enough, or I don't have the right clothes, or I don't look right, or I'm not athletic enough. You are enough. You are enough. And that's another point. Coming from an abundant mindset, love yourself. Love every crazy dysfunction and physical issue with yourself. Just love yourself. Do you know how hard it's been for me, coming from a scarcity mindset to an abundant mindset, to come on and do these Go Lives? This hasn't been an easy task, but I was told a while ago, if you can do 1, you can do 1,000. But rest assured, coming from a scarcity mindset, I was looking in my camera and picking myself apart and procrastinating and saying, oh, I got to change this, I got to do that, and this is not right, and I got to do this. You know what? I just said, I'm pushing the button and I'm doing it. I'm just doing it. If it's wrong, at least I did it. Now I have a place to start from. Now I can just get better. So again, I do encourage you to look at your mindset. If you are coming from a scarcity mindset, take some of these tips that I've said to you today. Sorry, I'm looking at my paper. I was cheating a bit and looking at my notes because I don't want to forget anything for you. If you are in a familiar mindset today, and that's a scarcity mindset, because now I've given you points about both, make the decision today to move into that abundant mindset. Believe you me, sometimes it's baby steps. But you know what? Baby steps are a lot better than staying in a scarcity mindset. So I hope this really helps you today. If you found value, please share this video out. And I really am glad there were so many people hopping on today and listening to my Go Live. I really appreciate you. If you have any questions or comments, please write them below this video and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. This has been amazing. You know, when I'm helping you and sharing this stuff with yourselves, it helps me too. So it just comes right back. And that's another thing about living an abundant lifestyle. Sorry, I keep saying lifestyle, but really what I mean is where it starts is an abundant mindset, because our brain is our most powerful tool that we have. So if we flick that switch and go from scarcity to abundance, I tell you what, it's life-changing. I'm not kidding. It is life-changing, guys. I highly encourage you to do it. If you are living in an abundant mindset right now, excellent. Write it in the comments. I'm happy for you. Let's get together and talk. I don't think there's anything else I wanted to talk to you about today. Except, yeah, ask yourself this question. Are you coming from a scarcity mindset or an abundance mindset? Okay. You are watching Live with Lexi. If you've hung in with me this far, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Again, if you found value in this video, please share it out. I appreciate you. I hope you're having an amazing, awesome day. And I will see you in tomorrow's Go Live video. All right. Have an awesome day. Bye for now.